What's up, YouTube? I'm just making this video, kind of following up on my last video I made, kind of talking about how there's not really a huge, moral high ground in Pokemon, but it's kind of ridiculous how everybody is always arguing for the moral high ground. Like, I'll go to the store and everybody's waiting in line, it's all scalpers. But then if there's no scalpers, there's a collector there that's gonna buy 5 ETBs, buy a bunch of packs. He's addicted to gambling. He has to rip them or whatever. And really the only reason there's scalpers is because there's collectors willing to pay crazy high prices, or there's investors, but they're just investors, they're not scalpers or whatever, right? Or they're just collectors that want to collect the sealed box just to have the sealed. They're not going to resell it in 10 years or trade it when it, quadruples in value or whatever. I'm just kind of getting annoyed by, just how pessimistic and how gatekeepy a lot of people behave in Pokemon. At the end of the day, it's Pokemon, all right? It's Pokemon, okay? But like I said before, it's a children's card game. The only people who have the moral high ground in this whole Pokemon collecting thing are kids. You know what I mean? If you're a grown adult, whatever. If you're 30 years old, you're collecting Pokemon. Why are you getting so bitter about Pokemon cards? Just the negativity, man, is crazy. And I know, it totally sucks to not be able to get your hands on Ascended Heroes, but at the end of the day, there's a reason you can't get your hands on Ascended Heroes. It's got a Mega Gengar, a Mega Dragonite, multiple cool Pikachus, crazy looking gold cards, and then even the rest of the set is phenomenal. I mean, it's one of the best sets that's ever been made. So yeah, while Pokemon cards the hobby is in shambles, so to speak, it's also doing better than ever, considering the sets that are dropping are the best sets of all time. And Pokemon 151 is the reason we're dealing with this whole insanity and boom. But it's all because there was some Kadabra usage rights lawsuit against Pokemon. They finally got the rights to use Kadabra. Now they could make sets using the original 151 again, or it was something like that. I don't know all the details, but to me, it's kind of amazing. Pokemon was able to remake the original Kanto Pokemon with crazy cool illustration rares, and now they've just been dropping banger set after banger set. I do blame Pokemon for not printing more cards. I think that right now they're chilling, they're content, making money. They love the demand. They love being in the news. It's like, what's the saying? All news is good news or something. Basically, publicity is good. It's the same as when a company makes a terrible advertisement and everybody talks about how much they hate that ad. The ad worked because you're talking about the company, right? So now it's just Pokemon, through all of this controversy even, has made its way more and more and more into the mainstream spotlight, because people will see an Instagram video about people fighting over Pokemon cards, and at first they'll think dude, what a couple idiots fighting over Pokemon cards, and then they'll think, why are they fighting over these cards? What's so special about them? And then they'll be like, wait a minute, in my basement from my childhood, I got Bill, I got Lass, I got Switch. Wait a minute, bro. I might actually be rich. Nidoran, bro. You know what I mean? Hoping to get a good thumbnail with that. But it's just one of those things, Pokemon continues to stay in the headlines, and I think it's good for them. I think that the Pokemon company doesn't really care about all this insanity going on, because they're just printing money, right? So nothing's going to change until Pokemon drops some dud sets. I mean, just look at Perfect Order, right? I like Perfect Order. It's still got the cool Meowth, cool cards. I'm a card appreciator. I appreciate anything, right? I opened Perfect Order. Well, now I'm trying to find some cards that I liked from Perfect Order. Well, yeah, this is actually what I pulled when I opened it. So, I don't know. Maybe I don't like it. But it's not a bad set. You know what I mean? If you like Pokemon, you'll enjoy opening Pokemon cards. But, yeah. Why is everybody so negative? Why is everybody so freaking out negative about this? I know, scalpers suck. People fighting over the cards suck. People shooting each other at the Pokemon vending machine is insane. But we're also getting the best sets ever made, maybe. And all the people that were, like, if you were a diehard collector, that means that everything that you owned 10, 15 years ago has, I mean, you could buy a house. If you were a good collector and you were smart about how you spent your money, you basically, if you hate the hobby now, could basically cash out and put a down payment on a home. It sucks that you can't get your hands on the latest set, but I would consider that somewhat of a W, but that's just me. All right. Sorry for the rambling. If you enjoy the content, like, subscribe.